titles, they're big thorny topics, aren't they? Particularly when you are the ex-royals, Harry and Meghan. As we recently saw, the royal website, the Buckingham Palace website, was updated after a lot of push, cajoling, and some might say skullduggery regarding Princess Lily and Prince Archie finally becoming their titles on the royal website. As I've said many times before over here, it's not gone down well at all, simply because who are they? We don't see them. We're not really aligned to them. We know they're not going to be living here much. And the bottom line is it seems that they're allowed to trade on titles in the future to make a living. If you recall all the way back, according to sources, Harry and Meghan, in fact, took out domain names, you know. So if that is the case, what are the plans for the children moving forward? On top of all of that, of course, it's the perennial favourite that, of course, Meghan Markle basically claimed titles meant nothing, but she clutched onto that thing, didn't she? She wasn't letting go for her children, seemingly because she knows they are worth something. But now there's a bigger problem looming over here with royal titles moving forward of an historical context. And as ever, as King Charles really finished with the ex-royals known as Harry and Meghan. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're all well today. Thank you also for that wonderful comment about the Muslim hiking group and the Peak Districts, the sign to Mecca. Wasn't it ridiculous by that group? Adidas, you know, I mean, when you think about it, just a cheap way of exploiting something. And, you know, it didn't really work. I have to say, I shared the story with you because I wanted you to know how ridiculous these people are, but it's not really created the buzz they thought they were going to get. And when you consider they're paying thousands of pounds to these marketing people, and that's the best they can come up with. Back as ever to your breaking royal story. The bottom line over here, particularly with a lot of people, is that they don't really like the fact that Harry and Meghan are allowed to have titles for their children. In fact, they don't like titles considerably. If you think about it, if they took the titles away, then Harry would simply be known as Prince Harry, and she could title herself as Princess Henry. But the betting would be, of course, she'd simply be known as Princess Meghan. So you can see how the hands are tied. But now the bigger problem over here is this. Moving forward, we have two titles for two new children, Princess Lily and, of course, Prince Archie. Now, according to a very good source, the King Charles III, hasn't quite decided on what to do moving forward. And this is really interesting constitutionally, because a lot of people are saying, well, does that mean then that, say, Prince Archie or Princess Lily get to keep their titles and can pass them down? Will they become constitutionally hereditary? Well, not necessarily so, but this does put the king in rather a delicate position. You see, you have the Duke of Kent, rather elderly right now, who's devoted his entire life to serving, of course, the British monarchy, the Duke of Gloucester, various others, you know, just have been given dukedoms through the years. Now, if, of course, the king decides that these dukedoms cannot become hereditary, cannot be passed down, does that mean, for instance, that the Duke of Kent at 88 plus cannot pass down his own hereditary title to his sons? You see the predicament. Of course, if he does take them away and basically makes it a one-off so that Prince Archie and Princess Lily, their titles finish with them, then that may please a lot of people. Now, of course, there are other sort of recourses that they could go down, which would mean changing thousands of years of law. Do you see how difficult Harry and Meghan have made this for the king now? Do you understand exactly how difficult all of this has exploded into? Seemingly just because they didn't want titles, then they did. But right now, the king has other problems on his mind, like the forthcoming coronation. But moving forward, rest assured, he's not totally wiped out the idea of making this a one-off title moving forward. And this, according to a very good source, would very much please another future king, Prince William, the Prince of Wales. As ever, it's a developing story, and when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.